Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be discussing my MLB NL award winners for the 2024 season, but from the eyes of a casual baseball fan. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so for my MVP in the NL, I have Shohei Ohtani coming in at first place. I have Marcell Ozuna coming in at second place. And then at third, I have Ketel Marte coming in at third. So again, for Shohei Ohtani, obviously he had far and away the best season coming out of the NL. He had a 9.2 WAR, 197 hits, 130 RBIs, which led the NL. He had 54 home runs, which also led the NL. He was walked 81 times. He managed to get 134 runs, which also led the NL this season, which is honestly insane. It's historical what he's doing. It's just astronomical that he's having this great a season. It's just not normal. But as far as his batting average, he batted .310, which is very elite. Anything over 300 is elite, to be honest. He led in on base percentage with a .390 and in slugging percentage with a .646. So all in all, great season from Shohei Ohtani. It's clear that he's the MVP for the NL. Second place, Marcell Ozuna. He had a great year. 4.3 WAR. He had 183 hits, 140 RBIs, 39 home runs. Great year. All in all, he got walked 74 times and managed to get 96 runs. Again, not as great as Shohei, and for good reason. He had a good year regardless, but just not as great as Shohei Ohtani's. So clearly, he came in second place for me. He had a .302 batting average, which is very good. Again, anything over 300, in my opinion, is just a great season, and I think anybody could agree with that. He had a .378 on base percentage, which is very good. Could be better, but very good all in all. Slugging percentage of .546. Just all in all, great season from him. Now again, I know you're gonna bring up the WAR and how it's used as a guideline for who could win the award and such, but all in all, I go mostly off the eye test and what I saw, and stats sometimes occasionally comes into it. So for Ketel Marte, who had a WAR of 6.8, you probably wonder how he couldn't be in second place with that high of a WAR compared to Marcell Ozuna. To be honest with you, I can't really give you a good reason for that. That's just my opinion. So, again, Ketel Marte, he had 147 hits, 95 RBIs, and 36 home runs. A great year all in all. He got walked 65 times, and he managed to get in 93 runs, or run in 93 times, which is pretty good for the year. He had a .292 batting average, which I think added into the reason why I have Marcell Ozuna above him. I just believe Ozuna just had a better batting year compared to Marte. However, I can understand the logic that Marcell Ozuna is a DH or a designated hitter compared to Marte, who is a second baseman, so he has more responsibility. But regardless, MVPs kind of come down to who had the best batting season, to be honest. So I would still have Ozuna above Marte regardless. But the on base percentage was at .372, which is pretty good, and a slugging percentage of .560, which is shockingly higher than Ozuna's. But again, slugging percentage is great and all, but all in all, it's about getting those RBIs, those home runs, and getting those hits, which ultimately comes down to that. So in our next topic, we will be discussing our Rookie of the Year. So in the NL Rookie of the Year race, I have Paul Skeens clearly coming away with the Rookie of the Year for the Pirates. I have Jackson Merrill coming in second place for the Padres, and in third place I have Jackson Chourio coming in third place for that award. Let's go ahead and start off with Paul Skeens. elite season for a rookie pitcher. 5.9 WAR. He had a 1.96 ERA as a rookie. Insanity. 11-3 record for a bad Pirates team. Clearly elite as a pitcher, starting pitcher, and he did that in 23 games. 170 strikeouts in 133 innings pitched, only allowed 10 home runs and 94 hits, and he had 34 walks. I mean, just insane season from Paul. Skeens is clearly going to be a superstar in this league as long as he continues at this rate. Just elite player. Hopefully the Pirates can build around him and continue to make that team better and better, which will only increase his numbers and make sure that he attains more wins, hopefully, depending on health and everything. But great season all in all from him. Jackson Merrill also had a great season as a rookie in the NL. I mean, 4.4 WAR. He had 162 hits, 90 RBIs, 24 home runs. He got walked 29 times, which is kind of shocking compared to his batting average on the season. He got 77 runs in, which is very good. The 292 batting average, a 326 on base percentage, and a 500 slugging percentage. Great year from him. Just not good enough compared to Skeens. I mean, just all in all, great season for Merrill though. Trujillo, with the 3.8 WAR, he had a great season as well. 145 hits, 79 RBIs, 21 home runs. He got walked 39 times. He managed to get in 80 runs. 275 batting average. Great job for a rookie. Again, I mean, that's just really good for him. I can only see improvement from here. All three of these guys did an amazing job this year. He had an on-base percentage of 327, which is pretty solid for a rookie, and a 464 slugging percentage. Overall, great season from these three, but it's far and away Skeens that's going to come away with this award. He deserves it, and nobody else should even be thought about too much outside of Merrill, but Skeens is going to win far and away. So in first place for the Cy Young Award winner, I have in the NL, I have Chris Sale from the Atlanta Braves. In second place, I have Zach Wheeler from the Philadelphia Phillies. And in third place, I have Raisel Iglesias coming out of the Atlanta Braves as well. So let's go ahead and get started with Chris Sale. Fantastic season from him at age 35. He had a WAR of 6.2. He had an ERA of 2.38, which led the NL. He had 18 wins to only 3 losses. His 18 wins led the NL in the 29 games that he played. He pitched 177.2 innings. Great job from him. And shockingly, in those games, he managed to get 225 strikeouts, which is kind of reminiscent to his younger self. Just a resurgence of a year. He hasn't had this great of a year in quite some time, so it's just really good to see him back and having a great season again. He only allowed 9 home runs this year, and he gave up 141 hits, and he walked 39 batters, which is pretty low. So all in all, just a great season from him. As far as Zach Wheeler is concerned, though, I believe this is probably the closest race as far as the Cy Young Award in the NL, because Zach Wheeler also had a great season, but the numbers may not do him good as far as what Chris Sale did compared to him. So for Zach Wheeler, he had a 6.1 WAR, which is relatively close to what Chris Sale did. He had a 2.57 ERA, which is pretty darn good too, and he had a 16-7 record. Probably those 7 losses as compared to Chris Sale's 3 is probably going to set him up for a second place finish. But overall, I think he had a great year. He played in 32 games. He pitched 200 innings compared to the 177 that Chris Sale had, which probably helped with attaining those losses, because it's the more innings he's pitched, the more he's probably given up more home runs, which is probably what led to that case. 224 strikeouts, which is pretty good. He could have led the NL in strikeouts, but Chris Sale did manage to, and in far fewer innings pitched, which I think is very impressive for Sale. He gave up 20 home runs, so that's very unfortunate. He did give up less hits at 139, and he did, however, walk more batters, but at 52. But that comes with the 200 innings pitched, so it's okay. All in all, he still had a great year. As far as Raisel Iglesias is concerned, he had a 2.9 WAR. As a relief pitcher, he did pretty well at 1.95 ERA. A 6-2 record, which is pretty good, very good actually. He managed to get 34 saves in 66 games. Very good job for him. In 69.1 innings pitched. He had 68 strikeouts, which is pretty solid. He only gave up 4 home runs. He had walked 13 batters, and he gave up 38 hits. I mean, again, this is a two-man race between Sale and Wheeler. As far as I'm concerned, I believe Sale should get the award, but we'll see as far as that's concerned. So that will be all for my video today. Thank you guys for listening. If you have any differing opinions, be sure to put them down in the comments. But all in all, great season from everyone. But that'll be all for today's video. Again, thank you for listening. You guys have a good day.